Hey fellas and lady fellas, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Trump's Tactical. Today, we're going to go into drawing from concealment, the do's, the don'ts, pros and cons. So without further ado, let's get started. As I do before any video, I'm going to go ahead and clear my firearm, make sure that I got no live ammunition while I'm practicing. Check my chamber as well, just to make sure, because you can never be too careful. Reason being is we always want to be in a safe environment. We love our guns, we love to have fun with them, but it's not fun to shoot yourself. Don't care who you are. So the first aspect that we're going to go in today is clearing our shirt when drawing from concealment. And my biggest thing is I want my shirt to come at least halfway up my body so that I know it's fully cleared, so that I don't have any hangups whenever I go to draw that firearm. Clearing your shirt can be very important because it can be the difference between a second that you may need to be able to defend yourself in any given situation. Now, with that being said, another thing is, depending on the situation, is how it's going to depend on how you're going to be able to draw from concealment. Because there's going to be a lot more factors that go into whether or not that you want to fire from the hip, or you're going to come out in full draw on them. So statistics show that most encounters are going to happen within at least 20 to 25 feet. And if you took a tape measure, you're going to realize that 20 feet is not very far at all. In fact, that's extremely close. Another situation to also understand is you may not even have 20 feet. You may have barely 4 feet in front of you. And if you think about 4 feet from where you're at, that's enough to punch you, to give you a good cross and a jab. So at that point, if somebody punches you in the face and you're disoriented, you may not have time to be able to go for your gun and they may be already on top of you. So that's why it's important to know your environment, kind of be able to see the situation, and that's why we also go into situational awareness. And we'll worry about that in the next video. So for now, we're going to go into clearing our shirt and making sure that we have the proper amount of time to be able to defend ourselves in that situation. So if you got at least 20 feet from your target, you're able to draw, and you can come out here and get a good shot off and get an aim on them before they're coming at you, because you have a little bit of time if they're running up to you. But if they're about 4 feet, 3 feet, or maybe you're just point blank range from somebody, you're not going to have all that time to be able to come out, line up the shot, make sure that you're going to aim into kill zone or the heart area, whatever area you decide to shoot at. And at the end of the day, all of these things are something that we have to take into consideration whenever we're drawing our firearm. So if you're far from you, you might have to be able to have the time to draw, aim, and shoot. But in some situations, you're just going to have to come point blank. And that's why clearing is very important. So whenever I completely clear, I'm not going to have my finger on the trigger until I know that I'm ready to fire that gun. Because if I come out instantly, and I already got my finger on the trigger, I have a chance to shoot myself in the leg. And now I went from trying to defend myself to becoming my own enemy. And at that point, it kind of defeats the purpose. So I can come out, draw, and immediately go from the hip. Now, when firing from the hip, I would recommend maybe doing like a slight tilt, so that way that you don't serrage yourself a little bit, give yourself a nice little cut. Although in that situation, the adrenaline, you may not feel it instantly or right away anyways, but it's also something to take into consideration as far as being able to defend yourself without causing yourself any more harm than need be. So when you're coming out of the draw, make sure that you can put it out, aim at them, and if you decide that, hey, you got enough time, then you can come out with it. But at the end of the day, my biggest advice would be making sure that that barrel's pointed at them as soon as it comes out of the holster, so that your shot can be lined up and you're ready to defend yourself instantaneously, as opposed to where you're coming like this, you're waiting for them, and then you're going to line up your shot, which is not going to be very effective in any situation where you're trying to defend yourself. Especially when in these situations, every millisecond can be crucial. So coming out, we're going to do a couple quick drills. And I'm going to do a couple just coming straight out, and then a couple from the hip. So if we start from right here, draw, coming out, bang, bang. Draw, come out, bang, bang. And then we're going to go from the hip. Bang. Bang. And as you can probably tell, those milliseconds are extremely vital to be able to defend yourself in any given situation. Now, if you have any questions for me, or you have any concerns, or maybe you don't think I did something right, feel free to let me know. I'm always open to more opinions. I'm always open to, as far as trying to hear what you guys think. And if you have any more ideas for any more videos, please let me know. Also, I want to send a shout out to my buddy Greg, who's been helping me along the way, kind of giving me advice and things like that. And my family, who's been extremely supportive of everything that I've been doing so far. So thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.